Okay, what is it you're trying to ask us? I mean, you sit there with those shades on, going around the screen, which is totally distracting in the first place, and then you talk as if you're a computer voice or something. I'm not criticizing what you believe or anything. You understand? I think, I just, what are you trying to ask? Let's just come out and say it. You know all that gobbledygook you're speaking? It's gobbledygook. You know what gobbledygook is? You do? Really? You've read George Orwell's 1984? Think, speak, and all that crap? Gobbledygook? Okay, anyway. Yeah, it sounded like, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if you're a theist, atheist, or what. I don't know if you believe in gods or demons or magic or, well, if you believe in God, you believe in magic. They go hand in hand. I know the Christians, they don't want to admit it, but that's basically what they're believing. I mean, anybody who thinks there's some omnipotent, omniscient being that is so powerful, he actually supposedly has control over all our each individual lives, and all the lives that were before us, and all those that will follow. What? You know? Come on, this doesn't even make any sense. Are you trying to excuse people for being delusional or and purposely not wanting to understand science and actually trying to denigrate science because they think it's a tool of a devil and it's all part of the atheist thing. They think we're devil worshippers just because we don't believe in their God. If you think about that, you know, all right, it's just stupid. It's totally well, it's the same thing. Devils, God, same thing. Silly how people are. But anyway, I really still I didn't I don't get it, man. You're throwing out these goofy definitions of words that I've seen and read, but they don't really pertain to people. Real people, we don't think that way. We don't talk that way with each other either. Wait a minute, you took philosophy class in a community college? Really? Why? I always wondered why people took philosophy. Because philosophy is a personal thing anyway. It's not like you can be taught to be philosophical. You either are or you aren't. And some of it comes with wisdom. Like me, I'm philosophical. However, I'm wise yet unwise in other areas. You don't get it. You think too much, man. You're gonna try to assign some kind of rule to me, pigeonhole or something, so I can step into it for you, make you safe. No, I wanted to know what you were asking. I'll tell you how I look at it. Okay, you have to go back to you know, before the Common Era, when everybody was super stupid stitious. Everybody had some kind of a god. God of this, God of that, God of those, God of them, God of them. And it was always pantheia, that's all God, a bunch of gods. Then the old Zoroastrianism came up with the one God idea, blah, blah, blah. And actually, they weren't the first. He wasn't the first one. I think the Sumerians actually, well, they didn't really worship a God. They didn't really worship. They, they respected, they highly respected and thought very highly and revered the Anunnaki, who translated literally means people from the stars. Anyways, it's an old thing. People who want to believe that there's some superhero in the sky, which is what it's all about, because it's like they get convinced that they have to be concerned with what happens to them after they die. You know, parents have convinced their kids of it. Preachers every Sunday try to convince you obviously you'll put money in their basket. That's all the reason they do it. I mean, who spends uh, $10 million on a church and then cries and moans about they're not getting enough charity money to help poor people in South America or something? You know, only evil people do stuff like that, and it takes an evil person to be religious and do bad things. Okay, because religious, if you think you are, then you're supposed to feel like you're moral, higher morality, but they don't, of course. I learned my morals just by realizing that I don't want to be treated that way, so I treat others that way. Steal, lie, cheat, whatever it is. It's pretty simple morals. They're not that hard if you just think about it. They're common sense. I'm going into that. Well, probably because that's what you did. You sat there. I didn't understand half what you said because it really was hard for me to listen. And you bring up philosophers and all kinds of things, and I don't yet know what the question is. So, what is your question? Can you just ask it, please? Thank you. See you later. Oh, who am I? I'm just an earthling. All right.